media. Thank you, Anthony. Hello, everyone. My name is Candice from Market Singapore. Today, I am extremely privileged to talk to you about this topic. Before I begin, I'd like to ask you two questions. While I may not be able to see all of you, I would like to interact with you. First of all, what does social media mean to you? You go there to see what you like to buy or to see how your friends are doing, or you go there to find out what's happening. Second question for you. What's the connection between social media and your unfranchised business? Many people might say, no relationship, no connection. Some might say, I've been trying to build my business with social media, but I haven't been seeing any results. Or you might say, I am so good at building my business through social media. Then that's great. Or another answer might be, perhaps you are feeling sad right now because you see things that are not supposed to happen on social media. Well, today I have about 30 minutes to share with you, to me, how we can leverage social media for our unfranchised business. Now let's look at this golden circle first. About 10 years ago, I heard about this from Simon. From why to how to what. The point is, this golden circle can give us a lot more. We can use this to build a business. We can also use this to evaluate how good we are as a leader. So I'm going to use this framework to talk about how to leverage social media to build our business. First of all, the most important thing is people don't buy what you want to sell. They buy why you do it. Whether it's business or product, the same thing, the same principle applies. So we need to start with the why. Why should we have an unfranchised business? And why should we manage social media? First of all, for me, here I would like to thank Anthony for his kind introduction. Yes, I was lucky that I got a scholarship and I started living and working in Singapore. Now, why did I start my unfranchised business? I'd like to share with you. And then I want you to also think about why you should start your own unfranchised business. And because that has everything to do with why you should start managing your social media. Because I don't want to follow the 45-year plan. I may be able to make money, but I won't be able to enjoy the money I make. If you want to have financial freedom and you want to be recognized, then perhaps you need to sacrifice your time and your health. That's the normal track that people take, though. So people have been buying or trying to get money through sacrificing their time and health. But once I got to know about Market America, I know that plan is for me because I want to spend my time well. I want to enjoy this freedom with time. I want to achieve financial freedom and I want to help my friends to achieve the same thing. It's very important to have the right team, to have the right capabilities. And how do we have residual income, sustainable income to support the lifestyle that we want?
So the goal is not money. Money is just a tool. Our goal is to have the lifestyle that we are aspired to. And this is the reason why I built this business. No matter what your reasons are or what your whys are, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is you need to know why you want to do social media. Or I believe that a lot of people are doing social media, but the question is, why are you doing this? Let me share with you some of my thoughts. A long time ago, a renowned scientist, Archimedes, said this very interesting quote. He said, "Give me a lever long enough, and the fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world. It actually applies to our business very well because Archimedes found that it's hard to carry a stone out of a river, and that's how he came up with this lever theory. During this pandemic, it's hard for us to see each other. It's hard for us to meet with each other. So how do we know the status of each other? So if you ask me, social media is a must because you want the people to see what you're doing and then leverage this platform of social media to develop your business. So this is our why. Our why is very simple. It's about how we use social media to build our unfranchised business. But then how do we do this? Usually it's about a unique selling point. When I first came to Singapore, I got a scholarship for my marketing school. When I was a student, which is 10 years ago, back then social media was about blogs. I think I more or less revealed my age, but back then there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram. So the question, so back then we didn't really know how to use social media to do marketing. But the thing about marketing is about the position. How do you position yourself in the market when you're engaged with social media? Let me speak from my perspective and my experience with unfranchised business for 5 or 6 years. You got to first analyze yourself and position yourself. It's not just for social media. I think it's also very important for the business. So what are the things that we need to know? First of all, you need to know what your strengths are. For example, you have longer hair than others, but you got to know yourself. You got to know the skill sets that you have or the strengths that no one else's have. For example, my strength is I have better Chinese than the Singaporean friends. So sometimes it's hard to identify the strengths of you, but and easier to find weaknesses. But sometimes weaknesses can be utilized to do social media as well. For example, my weakness actually helps me better my business. So no matter what, identify your strengths first. When you know what you're good at, and then you can compensate your weaknesses with your strengths. So first, write down your strengths because everybody has different strengths. Secondly, you got to know the network that you have. A lot of people say, Candice, I have no network. I don't know a lot of people. That is why I'm engaged in this business. Same for me. As Anthony mentioned earlier, I'm actually studying in Singapore. I don't have a lot of fellow classmates here. I don't know a lot of people in Singapore because I'm a foreigner in Singapore. I do not speak very good English. So it's a bit challenging for us. But no matter what, there are people around you. For example, if you open the contact list on your phone, or if you go to your Facebook page, there are people there. So that's the network you have. So you got to know what connections you have, what networks you have, so that you know who the target audience is. Thirdly, you got to know the major. For example, somebody majors motives or TF or web center or health and nutrition or B5. No matter what, you first got to know what your major is. Maybe today you're new and you're here to evaluate the business, but just for your reference, you got to know, for example, you're into certain majors or into certain products, and then you can use social media to expose those products. And later I'll share with you my personal experience, how I make it. Because everybody has different majors, and your major might change over time. Fourthly, you got to identify the current difficulty or challenge. You have to be realistic. instead of identifying our strengths, we also need to know our challenges. For example, I don't have a lot of Facebook friends. I only have one Facebook post every year, and no people likes it. It's one of my difficulties. But what about you? What is your difficulties? Or people may say, oh, I'm not a Facebook user. Maybe you got to start with opening a Facebook account as the first step. So after you're able to identify your strengths, your connections, and your major and difficulty, what's next? Basically, this is a system. It's a step-by-step process. So when you're trying to do the what, before you post on the social media platforms, you got to know who you are so that you can make the best use of your strengths. There's a lot of hashtags and different keywords. And one of the keywords is a KOL, key opinion leaders. Lots of, basically, we call it a 网红 in Chinese. I personally don't think that KOL is for everyone. I also don't think it's not for everyone. Of course, we don't get to be the first, but we are unique. We have our unique influence, so we can define ourselves as the opinion leader in our circle of friends. We're not looking for lots of likes. And we know that Rome is not built one day. So for me, I did a lot of posts, not too many likes. But number of likes is not the key. The key is the conversion rate. You got to be relevant in terms of business development to achieve the goal that you're setting. What about TMI? It's too much information. I have seen a lot of people posting a lot of things on social media platform. Of course, it's good. I believe, for example, a lot of people, when they watch YouTube, their attention span is less than 10 minutes. Or when we read an article or a post, we don't like a post that is too long. So instead of post everything, might as well just hide a little bit and post a little bit. So don't show everything once. It's kind of like telling a story. You got to know the audience and then give the audience the message that they want to hear. So you have 2 years and 1 month, right? So listen more and say less. So what about what? So now we know the why, the how, and what about the what? I think step one is if you don't have any presence on social media, whether it's a Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat or LinkedIn, first of all, you got to have a account. I have a personal account and a business account. Lots of people have personal accounts, but the approach to personal accounts versus a work account is different. For me, for my Instagram, it was a public status, but then I turned it into private. I believe that whether it's public or private, you got to know the difference between Facebook and Instagram is that Instagram is very visual oriented. So I usually make different posts on Facebook and Instagram. Or if you're lazy and you want to post the same thing, and you have different friends on Facebook and Instagram, you can, there's a setting, you can actually export your Instagram post to your Facebook platform. So on the left, that's my Facebook. You can write down whatever you want to say about yourself. People may say, oh, I'm a shop.com business owner, or it could be anything. And I put this theory of a golden circle there. I want people to know my philosophy. I also write something about me that I believe that the true wealth for me is not money, but freedom to choose. So I want people to know why I do what I do. And then so that they can follow me, or they take my words for their reference. And there's a lot of information for you to expose. And there's 9 feature photos here, things that you want people to see. And for me, if you look at my page, I've got a lot of postings about shop.com. For example, when I'm being recognized, or when I'm, on the catwalk, or my experience working in a medical company. I forgot to mention, if you look at the postings, you would know that I have a background of business development. It's the bridge between sales and marketing. So I was working in a medical company, so I can have this in my profile, so that people know that I have a business with shop.com. I also have this business marketing background, and there's a lot of visuals. For me, I used to sell on both Facebook and Instagram, and even referrals or sponsors. But later, I realized that the users of Instagram are actually younger in age. So if you're looking for friends to hang out with for entertainment, you probably will be able to do so on Instagram. Whereas on Facebook, you get to be able to connect with your school classmates or old friends who lost contact. So I think these two platforms are quite sufficient, because we're trying to use a social media platform to do on franchise business. We're not trying to turn ourselves into a full-time KOL, right? What about the timing and frequency of postings? There's a lot of theories. If you Google or if you attend social media classes, you would know that usually it's 3 postings every day. But my personal beliefs is that whatever makes you comfortable, because I try to give 3 postings every week. Then I found that when I'm not able to keep up with that frequency, I would feel weird. So it's all about yourself, how comfortable you are. If you are comfortable with 7 postings a week with a very good effect, it doesn't have to be, a lot of likes. So depending on you yourself, you can give it a lot of tries. For example, I have one post every 8 to 10 days. Because before shop.com, I post once a year. So if I give a daily post, then my friends would be uncomfortable. I would be uncomfortable. And then the timing of the post, the darker the color, the better the timing. For example, if you have written a post, you can determine when to publish it based on this diagram. And you have to know if you are looking for higher conversion, or if you're looking for more likes, then that determines what you post. Secondly, you got to share your life. I think Basic 5 also told you this. 20% of shop.com and 8% of others. But for me, more than often, I have some shop.com information inserted in my lifestyle posts. So this kind of inserts have to do with the products and the business. So a couple of examples, if you're interested, you can look at these 3 products. The first one is our enzyme. The second is enzyme. The third one, we were trying to do a short video, and I'm very happy that shop.com asked us to co-produce a short film or video. This is a rose freshener or refresher. It's a rose refresher. That's the third product. So all these products, I don't just tell people that buy from me. I'm just telling people that I'm the user of the products, so that people know that it's product oriented. And my approach is not about frequent postings, but I want people to see that I am becoming more beautiful and healthier because I'm using these products. Of course, you can take your own approach. My approach is only for your reference, but the key here is that a high number of likes doesn't really translate into high conversions.
These posts actually got a lot of likes, but they did not generate a lot of sales. But my existing customers, if they haven't bought enzymes from me, then now seeing this post, they will start buying enzymes. They would like to try it. Now, this post is interesting. People say one post, one product, but this is a new post, no makeup, and The other photo is with Motives makeup. And this post generated about 200 BV in sales. If you have seen my Facebook posts, you would know that I often post midnight snack photos on my Facebook. And the 200 BV included income from enzyme and motives. So you never know what a post might generate. You can try different personas. Also, you can highlight the changes to your audience. So with this slide, I'm trying different layouts. For example, on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, for these highlight TLS, and the right-hand post, I was 5 kilos lighter than I am right now. At the time, people like this particular pose to touch your navel from the other hand. Well, I tried TLS for 3 months, and with that post alone, I got about 5 prospects, and I also sold TLS products and health nutrition products, over 2,000. What does that mean? I didn't focus too much on TLS before. Sometimes I post what I ate, but when people see that you have slimmed down, then the business opportunity is there. And the middle two posts are about motives. One is the Halloween party, and the other is a community-based event. We offer makeup services to the community residents there. These are normal, regular posts. Now, what is the point? The key is you can have a very strong identity. Yes, different people talk about motives, but you have different personas. For example, your focus is on, say, I want to slim down or I want to have a particular look, etc. So posts can help you do retail. Posts can also help you with prospecting. But everything takes time. You have to embed messages into your posts. You need to use hashtags well. For example, what kind of hashtags do I put in? It could be about education, but education, what I mean by that is you need to educate people around you. For example, the post on the left is about how I've been changing. For example, I went to see a F1 event, and a few years later, I attended training in KL, in Kuala Lumpur. This post let people know that I've been attending training, how I've been transforming myself. This post helps me recruit new prospects. Some people do not like to post photos of their training. It seems that they're afraid that to build this business, you have to take training. Well, I don't buy that. I think more often than not, people are touched when they see how you've been progressing, how you are becoming a better person through the system. The third photo is about waiting in line for the symposium. That's what I posted. I want to let people know. For example, here the post says, I woke up at 5 a.m. It's totally worth it. Security does not come from money, comes from the ability to make money. I want to increase my ability to make money. So these are the messages that I put out there. I tell people around me, the potential prospects, how I'm transforming myself. And the second post in the middle, I forgot what it's called. The thing was quite popular back then, was a TV show. And on that day, I was there with Linda. We were dining at a partner restaurant. I remember, oh, it's the Empress. It's a TV historical drama about empress, and the drama was quite popular at the time. So I tried to tie in what with the popular topics of the time. So this is how you can use hashtags. Then these are some more examples. Sometimes people would say, "Oh, you are so good at posting," but do posts work? This person, Sherilyn Lin, in purple shirt, she is a follower of me on Facebook. Not a Facebook friend, but a follower. She's been following me on Facebook for 1 to 2 years. And about 2 years ago, I posted an event on Facebook. And she left a message and she said she wanted to buy a particular product. And I called her directly. When you do retailing, you have to call customers, right? And she also asked me, so what's this business behind the product? And she evaluated, she attended convention, leadership school, and now she's my team member. She has never liked my posts. I didn't know she existed, but now she's a leader in my organization. Now, about the handsome guy on the left, when I was being interviewed by a magazine in Singapore, she was my makeup artist. I didn't know he would become a partner. So at the time, I only had a friendly chat with him, and we exchanged Instagram accounts. You know, people in fashion industry, they are into Instagram, not Facebook. So I attended different conventions, and he also attended several conventions. And after evaluation, he decided to join us. So it's not a matter of how many likes you have got. Likes do not equate to conversion rate. If a person wants to come to the business, the person will come. You don't necessarily have to friend that person. How I usually do it is to say hello, hello, how are you doing? And then you should like their posts. That's being polite. That's a virtue. You don't have to like each and every post. That's lack of sincerity. Only like the posts that you truly enjoy. And when you like people's posts, they notice it. And then when you send that person a message, the person will be more likely to respond to you. And then that's the professional way to go about it. That's how you start a conversation. That's how you come across as professional. The potential buyers, they tend to be followers. They don't necessarily like your posts. I have posts on my US conventions, on my Christmas parties. I let my friends and family know what I've been doing. It's not about making money, it's about having fun. You can make tons of money, but if you're not having fun, what's the point? Earlier, I asked you the question. Many people say they are afraid of social media. Many people are doing the wrong things on social media, right? Wow, this is a quote from Ray Dalio. This is a book that I've been reading for 2 years. In English, it's called Principle, the title of the book. Here it says, where you go in life will depend on how you see things and who and what you feel connected to. This is about compliance. Actually, I didn't expect to talk about compliance when I talk about social media. We have to know why we do certain things or why we don't do certain things. You are not necessarily a winner if you get a large piece of pie. You are a winner if you can help your partners win. You can help everybody grow the pie. So, what you do on social media can have consequences. You may affect partners in your organization because people follow what you do. not what you say. I'm sure everybody knows that there are certain things you cannot do on the internet. For example, we cannot sell on other websites other than our official websites. And here you see different popular shopping websites in different markets. And our websites are actually can reach people in over 100 countries. We have these different URLs. We can, on these platforms, promote our business. We should not just go to a shopping website and list our products. So here I've done some research. Let me tell you what's happening out there. People may say, okay, on social media, I can give you this discount price. This is how much lower than the retail price. Well, this does not work because your buyer will not become your partner. Since the company already tells us what the retail price should be, you don't have to undermine yourself. You don't have to shortchange yourself. We can offer promo code with our backend office, right? We can PM people, we can message people, we can message our friends. That's more like one-to-one marketing rather than just post a discount price on the internet. Also, some people exaggerate the benefits of the products. That's not acceptable. Yes, vitamin C is great, but we would never say that isotonic can do this or that, can be used as a cure. If you post something like that, that's not fair and that's not legal. And some people do not use the right model to do retailing, prospecting, and training. Well, everybody has to learn. If you want to manage the shop.com business, you have to learn the business. With any business, it's the same. You have to learn how the business works. For example, we have if you run a company, you have to have HR, you need to recruit the right employees, right? Or some people may post how much income they are getting to recruit people. Well, if you're at a certain pin level, you can use company information, company approved information to do that. But I see really good distributors, they do not use this information. Why? Because that only represents your own income. I will encourage all of you to approach compliance officers in your individual markets and countries. Some people may not know the rules, that's why they are breaking them. So I think it's our responsibility to understand what the rules are and then follow them. We want to do the right things. So please refer to chapters 19 and 20 in the career manual. So the point is how much money you're making per month. It's how much money you will be making in 10 years. I have a good full-time job. I have a 5-digit figure per month, but that's my individual effort. But 10 years from now, I don't want to spend all my time on the current job. It's the same thing with social media. If today you cannot be sure you will have sustainable income, then you need to do something else. For example, your family members, your parents might get sick. You might have to stop working to take care of them. So you have to have a sustainable business and you have to do the right things. Do the right things and do them well. Finally, let me end by saying this quote from Gandhi. A sign of a good leader is not how many followers you have, but how many leaders you create. So back to compliance, we need to lead by example. We need to do the right things so that our followers, our partners will also do the right things. For me, when I work on social media, I would tell people,
So I tell people that I go to the right place to learn, and then your team members will follow. For example, in a previous event in the US, lots of people couldn't go, and lots of people watched the event online. So don't just ask your team members to change over time or overnight. You got to do the right thing so that you can lead by example. Do the right thing and buy the ticket to the next event, whether it's on the social media or in or offline. We're not the first, but we're definitely the only one for ourselves. We definitely are